Okay. Hello. Hi, guys. Hi. Yeah, what's up? What's up, guys? How are we doing today? Yeah? Yippee! Yippee, yippee! Terrible! Why terrible? Aw. I'm shocked. I think I think I was first to the stream for the first time ever. Let's go, Joker. Hi, Lane. Hi, Bird. Hi, Joker. Hi, Anil. D2 through E2, and now I'm back to E1 now. You got a new keyboard? Wait, I would love to see your new keyboard, Joker. You should post it in my Discord. You're back to you. That's okay. Sometimes that's just unlucky. You'll get back. Don't worry. Check Discord DM. Okay. Oh. I don't know if you want to duo with me, Boyster, because my account I think is literally like 200 LP right now. Yeah. Hi, doll. How are you? Hi, Koi. Sup? Sup, guys? Sup? Hi. I have coffee, so I'm big ready. It's been a while. Pancake, hi. How are you? It has been a while. Haha. Hell yeah. You've been good? Nice. I have my points. Oh my god, let's go. More Theodore pics. More Theodore pictures. Theodore pictures. Went hard on focusing on school. Yo, let's go. As you should. Yeah. Focusing on school is very good. Thank you, Ultra Rare, for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. I graduated and got my CDL. Nice! Congratulations, plushie! Congratulations! Are you gonna be driving soon? Hi, Yuulu. Followed you on Twitter. Glad to catch your stream. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Ultra Rare. I hope you're doing well tonight. I'm gonna be playing decay games. Because I have one day before I got a decay. I played like one decay game yesterday off stream because I was like, I literally next update I'm gonna decay out of masters. I need to fucking play at least one game. So I played one. Hi, Sloth. What's up? What's up? It's 11 a.m. where I am, but yes, I'm having a good day. Nice. Well, it's like 8 for me, but I slept like all day and I woke up really late, so I'm a little cooked. Hi, Baguette. At Gear? Anything that had anything from Costco. I use a Costco PC if that's what you're asking. So I got my PC from Costco, and then I use a Razer MMO mouse, the Razer Naga, and then Costco got some good stuff. It really does. Cue it up. I will in just a second. Just a second. I will cue it up, I promise. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Ah. Yeah. Hold on. ob.gg review? Just drop your ob.gg in the... Ow. Yeah, just drop your ob.gg and then I'll look at it. Hell yeah. I goon to that. That's a crazy name. That is a crazy name, okay? I use a razor naga as well. Yo, let's go. That's a crazy name. Okay, let me see here. Well, first, hold on. I need to bruh. Okay. We're gonna do an op.gg review, guys. op.gg. I go into thighs. This is a crazy ass name to fucking look at. It's crazy, Alrighty. Platinum for 50 or 50% win rate. You're platinum for 75. That's not bad. You play a lot of different champions. You play a lot of different champions. Interesting, interesting. Hi, Sean. Let's see. Your freaking CS is terrible. You have good CS on Volibear. But you should definitely have a lot more CS, especially on an artillery mage like Victor. I think what we do is I think you have a really good win rate on Victor, right? You should stick to Victor as your main. Try to one-trick him. Pick one extra champion to play in the mid lane and stick to either mid lane or top lane. I can't tell if you're a mid laner and you just get autofilled top lane or you're a top laner and you get autofilled mid. But let's like have, for your autofilled role, pick a really simple and easy champion, okay? Pick a really easy and simple champion that you can just lock in and play. For mid lane, I recommend Annie or Orianna. And then for top lane, I recommend Garen. Yeah. Right? So if you want to be a mid laner, pick two champions that you really like, and then only play those champions, and then have Garen as your top laner that you play. Or if you want to be a top laner, pick two top laners you really like. I recommend, let's try to stick to Zed or Set and Volibear, and then have Annie as your mid laner. Yeah, that is my op.gg review for you. Try to, and also before you get into games, I want you to do a CS drill. And what I mean by that is you're going to go in, right? And then you're going to watch the timer go to 10 minutes. And I want you to have 80 CS by 10 minutes, all right? Before you go into ranked. And if you don't have 80 CS by 10 minutes, you start over and you try again. And you only queue up ranked when you can hit 80 CS by 10 minutes in practice tool before every ranked session that you do. And that will help your CS numbers go up. That's your homework. That's your homework. I better see you Emerald soon. Hi, pals. Oh, OP.GG review for Sean. Okay. Hold on. Ay. Alright, give me your OP.GG, Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean Atonin. Is it Menbung still? Menbung? Ooh, D2! Pop off! Oh my god! Oh, you're so high elo now! Oh my god, this is so exciting. Guys, Sean has been like wanting to hit diamond for such a long time, and I told him, I told you, once you hit diamond, you're literally gonna shoot up to masters, I swear. Oh my god, you're doing such a good job. 53% win rate. You're keeping to a small champ pool. Amazing. I would recommend try to keep to like 3 champions at best. You're having like really good job on J4 and Nocturne. I think having Malphite in your arsenal is really good too, because let's say if you do get autofilled, you can play Malphite in multiple different roles, so you can actually flex it. Same for Nocturne. Nocturne can go into different roles too. So this is like a really good champ pool. I love this. I love this. My only issue with J4 is he is very team dependent. You play a lot of team dependent champions, but that's totally okay, because you're in the elo now, or you're hitting D2, probably like D1 to D3 MMR, so you can actually play these champions. So you're doing a really good job. Your CS numbers, awesome. Kill participation, always like pretty decent. It seems like your secondary role a lot of times is support. So what I would do, what I'm gonna do for you, and what I want you to do, is every time you get auto-filled support, I want you to play the exact same champion, alright? I don't want to see you on anything other than this champion. I don't want to see that Senna. I saw that game, okay? I want you to stick to one easy support. So I recommend playing something very simple, like either stick to Nautilus or Nami. Okay? That Senna was you picked Senna randomly. I think a lot of times you're playing these support champions like randomly, and this is bad. I do not like this. You're losing almost every support like game because you don't know how to play these champions at an optimal state to carry in this elo. You can kind of get away with it in Emerald because you're just better than the enemy, but once you get higher, you are going to play against more one-trick supports and actual support players, so you're not going to be able to get away with as much, which you're kind of seeing right now. Like, you hitting like diamond elo, and all of a sudden support games feel a lot harder and you're getting more punished. So, and also your ADCs get worse. I promise you, diamond ADCs are a different beast. Alright, so I want you to pick one support champion you really like. Preferably, it be a simple champion. Nothing crazy. I think whenever I give a support champion, for like autofill, I think Nami's really good. Because the base, like flooring of Nami is very simple to basically handle. All you have to do is try your best not to die. You don't make plays. Do not try to make plays on Nami, alright? But if you find yourself getting really frustrated, you're like, oh, I really want to make plays. I want to carry. I need to engage. I need to do this. I need to do that. Play Nautilus or Maokai, okay? Yes. I really like Nautilus or Maokai. The reason why I don't want you to play Leona is because she's very like just go in, and it's hard for her to get out. Nautilus, his Q is going to come off cooldown fast enough where you can actually just Q out and get away, so it's easier for you to kite. Rel and Leona have a similar issue that once you go in, you can't really get out. Even if you press W, most of the time it won't last long enough for you to just be able to kite out. So, yes. Nautilus or Maokai for engage. And then for enchanters, I recommend you just stick with Nami. And whenever you're playing Nami, you should be thinking, do not engage. Do not play like you are the carry, because you are just being a buff to your allies. Okay? But I really like what you're doing on jungle. I would recommend trying to keep off more than, like, don't play 4 champions. Try to keep to only 3 maximum. And the only reason why I'm allowing 3 instead of 2 is because you are getting into the elo where you're able to have a, like, picks matter a bit more, I think, for jungle, just to like stationary help the team comp. So yeah, but I really like your champ pool. I think you just need to focus on playing only one support so you don't get overwhelmed when you're playing a different role. Yeah, that is my op.gg review for you. Hell yeah. Hi Callie. I love Nocturne, he's one of my faves. I like your champ pool. How about that? It's good, it's good. It's good, it's good. Woof. Oh my god, Joker, I just saw your keyboard. Cute. Oh, you know, I was actually thinking about getting that keyboard, I think, or something similar. Could I get one even though I haven't even played ranked in a while? Yeah. So whenever you see me op.gg review, if people have enough points, I think it's 2,000 points. Yeah, it's 2,500 points. You can ask for an op.gg review and I'll review you guys. But I'm gonna queue up now because we gotta get some elo. Oh, John, you're so nice of you. Drop your IG in, and then I'll make sure to open it up in a tab so I don't forget. Yeah. Yeah. Sugar, what was it? Sugar baby pals. Hell yeah. Sean coming in hot, helping the broski out. But yes, I will open up your op.gg. It's EU West? Okay. No problem, no problem. EU West. I see you. Yeah, I look like a seal. I'm just a seal. I'm just a seal. Don't ask any further questions. I need to grind to get some good games before I request a VGG from you. Let's go. Yeah. This is your chance, guys. Play ranked games. She wears it. It's really awkward when I get Drew. Oh my god, Cinnabon sounds so good right now. Yeah, there we go. Cinnabon sounds so good. Thank you for the lyric, Sean. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Frosty, for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. You make Cinnabon at home? Oh my god, I'm jealous. I want some. Thank you, Pals21 for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I see that there is a Ziggs, so I'm gonna hover Nami, because if you did not know, Nami is actually a really good champion to play with mages. Yeah. And then I'm gonna look to swap with mid lane. The reason why is because I already know what my ADC is picking, and they don't know if Ziggs is APC or mid lane. So it's better for me to just swap with him here. Yeah. There's that. Dun, 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 dun. Spice up your life. I'm actually gonna go this. Yeah. I don't know what, you know what? I'm just gonna go Earth Nami. Yeah. Nami's matching me, guys. Yeah. Yippee. Nami's matching me. Nami's matching me. Can win, can win. 12. Can win. Ah, mid Rammus. Ah. It just keeps getting better and better. Ah, hell yeah. So the reason why I'm going Scourge instead of Gathering Storm here is because I'm playing it against Soraka. And, oh, they dodged. We're gonna wait a little bit. I recommend, guys, that whenever you see a dodge like that, just wait a few minutes and reset your Q. So then you don't get the exact same guy. Yeah. Yeah. But while we're waiting, let's go and look at Mr. Powell's OP.gg. Okay, so you're D4, now you're Emerald 2, you have a 53% win rate, you play Pike, and you play Senna. Okay. You're basically a Pike one trick. Whenever you can't play Pike, I don't want you to play Pantheon or Senna, okay? I don't think that's good. What I want you to learn, okay, is I want you to learn Nautilus. Do you know why I want you to learn Nautilus? Okay, the reason why I want you to learn Nautilus, yes, he's very similar to Pike. He's a hook champion. He's a very good blind. You can basically throw him into anything, okay? And he's very easy. So you're already playing a really hard champion, so then when you can't play this champion, you need to play something that's fairly easy with a similar play style so you don't get overwhelmed, okay? So instead of playing all these champions, I want you to pick up Nautilus. Oops. I want you to pick up Nautilus, and I want you to play that instead. Yeah. Let's look at your runes. Instead of double adaptive, I think you should go the movement speed, and then you should go health. You should never take the defensive like tenacity and slow resist. It's not good. The only time I would ever say go this is if you're going scaling rune, like scaling health in your second shard. But because you're playing Pike, you're kind of just wanting to like fully balls to the wall. And if you get CC'd, you're just going to E and W out, so it's not a big deal. And if like the CC is an intense issue, just go mercs. So health, I want you to go flat health always. And then you can flex between double adaptive and movement speed. And that should be good for you. You can also take attack damage if you want, like attack speed, because you are going Hail of Blades. So you can do that. Yeah. Overall, I think that's fine. I think your build's okay. Try to minimize your deaths a bit more. I think what you're doing right now, like just looking at your op.gg a little bit, a lot of times, is you're overwhelming yourself with feeling the need to go in and the need to make a play. I want you to think more on why you're going in and why you're looking for a hook, okay? That's what I want you to start doing. Especially by mid game. Early game, fucking just try to hook whoever, whenever. Don't overthink it. Don't feel pressured to E if you do land it, okay? Only E in if you know for a fact that you get a kill out of it. You need to be able to read those decisions. You need to be able to read that. It's very important. Yeah. I'm waiting for the game to pop up. The game's not popping up. The what? Thank you, Kiwi, for the follow. But yeah, being able to read that is really, really important. And you need to try your best to keep up with it. Oh my god. No, literally Bro, what's happening to my game? Are you supposed to be showing the game? No, the game isn't loaded. It's like shitting itself. I'm gonna try to restart my game. Good old League of Legends. Yeah. Good old League of Legongos. It always never messes up, guys. Trust. Trust. It never messes up. Oh my god. I hope the game doesn't remake because of this. That would feel very sad. I highly recommend the keyboard and disc. I really enjoy it. Yo, let's go. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Hi Wick, what's up? How are you tonight? Thank you, Dong Lightning. Oh shit! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. I'm currently playing some Decay games. Yeah, hopefully my game fucking reconnects. It's like shitting itself a bit. But welcome in, everyone. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name is yuulu. I do League of Legends educational commentary and coaching content, and I always stream everything. I try to stream daily at 8 p.m. CST every night. My educational commentary games and coaching sessions. Yeah. I hope your stream was good, Dog Lightning. Did you win your games if you were? I hope they went well. I hope they went well. Yeah. Oh my god. My game is like shitting itself. Monka S. What? I had fun. I think we lost more than we won. Who's keeping track though? True. You know what? As long as you have fun, that's what's important. Who cares if you lose? Yeah. 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 Are you ready to coach me tomorrow? I am. I'm so excited. You know, this is really funny. I actually told my sister about it and I was like, "Sissy, do you know Dog Lightning?" And she was like, "Oh my god, I watched his videos all the time." And I'm like, "Yeah, so him and I are actually going to be doing a coaching session tomorrow and doing like a collab." And she was so excited and giddy and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm such a fan of him and you're going to be doing a collab with him. Oh my god, you've made it. You've made it." And I was like, "Oh my god, stop." I did show her your message and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited for you." She was so happy. Yeah. She was so happy. She was so happy. It was very exciting. Dude. I think my clients, like my lead client's just shitting itself. Yeah, a fucking remake. Oh god, bro. Humsh. Small indie company, guys. Don't worry about it. Small indie company. Ahaha. It's okay. Happens. Don't get too upset about stuff like this, guys. Queue delay. Bro, the game just didn't even load. I'm so sad. Unfair. Oh well. Let me try to do a practice tool. So weird. I played yesterday, it was fine. Yeah. I literally just played yesterday. What the fuck? What the hell? I'm mad. Why are you chat? I'm not chat restricted. I have a queue delay because my client didn't connect. That's what happened. Yeah, it just like kept loading black screen. Even though I played just yesterday and it was fine. Yeah. Thank you, Nito, for the follow. I thought you went L9 or something? No. No L9, no L9. Yeah. No L9. It literally feels like my game is just shitting itself. Oh, there we go. What the? Now it loads. My FPS is fine. Oh god. What the? There's new stuff? There's a bunch of new stuff. What the? This is crazy. What? I'm so sad. I'ma send this clip to Ryan and be like, hell, please give me back my LP. Your game shit itself. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Yeah. Post it on Twitter for Drew. I would feel so bad if I added Drew Levin because of this bullshit and be like, can you help me? He gets added by so much stuff. He'll probably be like, it was your fault actually. It was your fault. Went up 100 after yuulu coaching, by the way. Oh my god, that's so exciting! Let's go! And you guys popped off. You guys popped off. Yippee! Happens to me when my PC blue screens. Which account do you love to play with the most? Probably this one because it has all my skins. Yeah, I play on the yuulu alt account sometimes. When I need to like warm up and everything, and I'm like, oh, I need a yeah. Which ADC yuulu? Oh, I can't read. Don't worry about it. Sorry, chat. Sorry. Thank you, U13, for the subscription. Thank you for the prime. No, ADC, which like chip. I'm sorry. ADC. Let me think. Draven? Yeah. I like Draven a lot. Draven. Yeah. I like Draven. What else? Is your sister high yellow too? Nah, she's gold. She's a gold Soraka one trick. Yeah. Rare to hear an enchanter main enjoy Draven players. Yeah, I just like if you ever question, oh, what's your favorite champion to play with? Just think, what's a really aggressive ADC? I love Draven. I love Tristana. If you're really good at Lucian and you can optimize him, I really love playing with him. I like things that go in, that like just balls to the wall. I used to really love Samira, like Renata combo, but because I'm a little bit out of like, I'm a little rusty on Renata, I'm not like super fan. Kalista, Draven, Corki, Trist. I don't like Kalista because she's really bad. I think she's a really bad champion. Yeah, but I love Nyla. Corki? Okay, nice. But yeah, basically that, like Lucian, Draven, Corki, Trist. Yeah, I love all of those. Hey, Kelly, because 9 times out of 10, they're picking it because I'm a Nico with and will not all. Oh my god, I remember that. Yeah. They like never ult you. I remember when I was like learning a bit of Nico, and I had someone that like the ADC I was playing with who really wanted me to learn Nico was like, I'm gonna play Kalista so I can just ult you in, and then he wouldn't ult me and I would get fucking pissy, and I'm like, can you ult me in? Can you just fucking do it so then I can like do something with my life, because you're forcing me to play into bullshit that clearly counters me. Please, I beg. I don't care if I die. Just fucking yeet me, dude. I literally, oh, don't get me started on people who pick Kalista with Yumi and they're like, you could just W back on. And it's like, no, I can't just W back on. You liar. Lies and deceit. Like, don't piss me off. Don't make me mad. You don't want to see me when I'm angry. Rah. Rah. Yeah. Third time's a charm. Oh, okay, now it fucking just goes. Now it goes. Oh my god. Hype we in game. No, literally. It only took an hour. Yippee! Let's go, guys. Let's go, let's go. Okay, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of educational commentary. So if you have any questions about support, feel free to ask right now and I'll try to answer. But yeah, I'm gonna be uploading this to YouTube. Hello, welcome back to a yuulu commentary VOD. I'm currently playing Nami, Corki, into Cinna Brand, with the junglers as Vi and Kiana. So what we're doing right now is, because Corki Nami is a pretty intense lane and pretty strong, we're just going to be going into this bush, and if they move in into the middle bush, then we can play off of them. There's a low chance that they will do this because it is going to be a Cinna Brand lane. So what I'm thinking currently to myself is I just need to make sure to not get hit by Brand Q and Brand's abilities, and it should be fine. If I do trade onto Cinna, as long as she does not get 2 autos off of me, then it should be easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just be walking into this bush. I know for a fact that most Cinnas will ward that bush and try to auto me. So I was already preemptively clicking to the side and moving my mouse, getting ready to dodge. I'm just playing back. If she walks up, I'm going to auto. And now, because the second wave is happening and they're backing up, there's no reason to hard push this for level 2 because we want to just keep them at this type of area, so then Brand is forced to use abilities and I can just play up and play really aggressive. I'm popping E onto myself and I'm auto trading because I'm level 2, I can win this. Whenever you're going for trading with Nami, always try to put your W onto your ally and then have it bounce to the enemy. Never put your W on the enemy and then have it bounce to your ally. So here, I'm kind of just looking really aggressively onto them, seeing like, oh, can I put my E on myself and then do a trade? That was really good for me. Don't be scared to use your abilities on yourself and then look for trading like that. As long as you have enough mana, it should be fine. Here, I'm just warding because I see that my Vi is topside and I don't know if the Kiana is parallel. I'm looking for bubble here. I'm gonna on my way ping to let Corki know that I'm looking. And then we got her flash. Beautiful. Now I'm positioning myself upwards like this. I'm gonna be pinging that I don't have W. And I'm kind of just playing back, kiting. I have to flash so I don't get CC'd. So, we played the lane really well, but Corki did play too far up and too aggressively, so it ended up being really bad for us. Things like that happen. Don't get upset about it. Just tell yourself it's okay, that wasn't my fault, and then move on. Here, I'm just going to be buying a fairy charm and boots, and then we're going to go back in a lane. And the reason why I'm going back into this lane right here instead of rotating mid lane, because you see that there's an on my way ping. You'd think, oh, I should go mid lane because my jungler is hovering and they might need help. But no, the only time you ever want to rotate mid lane is if you fully pushed in your wave and you're backing on that reset, right? So if you fully, like if we fully pushed it in this wave and then reset off of it, then that's when you can have a timer to roam. It's really important though, especially as an enchanter, to always maximize your XP, because level 6 is really, really important for enchanters. So I want to get my ult as soon as possible. So losing XP to do a roam that isn't needed is really bad for me. So it's better to just go bot lane, even if you don't, like if you don't know that you should roam, most of the time just go back bot. So you don't lose out on resources. He's pinging on my way, so I'm gonna put my E on him. And then make sure to W. Nice. So this wave here is really bad for us because it's pushed in. So Kiana is in, like, can gank us really easily. So here I'm kind of just like looking, I want to push in this wave, but they're pushing into us, so I'm not going to touch it. Nice. Also, as Nami, don't be scared to just like W your ally and just sustain him up. Your healing is really powerful, so as long as you're not overtly losing a lot of mana, you can just heal. We know that Kiana's bot lane because Dragon is up, so that's why we're playing more passive. Whenever you're questioning to yourself, like, as someone who isn't very good at jungle pathing and it's really hard to keep up with it, I try to think logically on why the jungler would be at a specific side of the map. So, and the best way to know that is there an objective up? If Dragon is up, there's a very high chance that Kiana or the enemy jungler is going to be bot side trying to play for Dragon, right? That like makes sense. So if you see like Void Grubs up and you don't see the enemy jungler, you can kind of think to yourself, they're probably top side going for Void Grubs. Now this isn't 100%, and there are chances where the jungler will just give up the objective to have a better like clear. So you're gonna have to just like think for yourself and think logically on like what the champion does, what they're trying to do, and always keep like awareness up on your minimap. Always keep looking, see if you can catch them on a ward, keep up with why they're doing things. So this is where thinking for yourself and thinking about the game and the champions you're playing against and the champions you are playing is going to come into basically the logics behind what they might do. So here we're just pushing in the wave because we know that Kiana is probably top side getting her clear because she cleared bot side and then did Dragon, so now she's probably top side trying to get her clear done and then look for Void Grubs because they're up in 35 minutes or 35 seconds. So the enemy bot lane is pretty strong, and the reason why is because I'm pressing tab and I'm looking at their items and I'm looking at their levels, right? Now, the reason why we are actually playing backwards is because we want to bait the enemy into going onto us like this, so then it's easy for our jungler to gank. Now, the jungler decided to go onto the mid laner, so that was unfortunate for us, but that's okay, because as long as we're thinking about it and we're trying to make plays for our jungler and logically, even if something bad happens, that's okay, because that's like the process of the game. So here I'm kind of just healing up my ADC. This wave is going to be hard pushed, but we're just going to reset because we can't really contest that without a chance of dying. So here, the reason why I'm moving mid lane and I'm going to ping on my way, right, is because I know that they just pushed in this wave. They're going to try to match a reset with Corki to maintain that item lead. So I am able to actually just go mid here and help my Anivia get another kill. A big part of playing Nami is you're not trying to just put a just raw dog your bubble, okay? Never do that. What you want to do is you want to wait for the CC to happen and then land it. So there we see that Kiana is on her grubby. So we're going to caution ping. And then we're going to go back bot on a reset. We got really deep vision, so that's going to be really good for our top side. The reason why I did that is because mid lane's doing really well, and we want to set up our top side to win, basically. Because Corki and I are going to scale. Once we get 2 items, we're going to be fine. That's not a big deal. So here, I'm going to flash forward and I'm going to heal because I saw the ignite, and I want to make sure that this guy just doesn't get a shutdown at all and stays out of the game. But yeah, I'm putting my eggs on our top side because I believe that the Vi and the Anivia are going to do really well, and if we can get the Aatrox more even to the Gragas, the Corki and I are just going to scale and we're going to be more useful than the bot lane. So this is totally fine for us. I'm playing backwards because I know Kiana is going to be bot side because Dragon's coming up. So we don't want to play super hyper aggressive, and I want to be able to walk out if she starts walking. Corki does have a dash, so then he can basically walk out with my peel. So I can ult her, I can bubble the Kiana just in case she tries to go on me. And we don't want to die at all, and I want to be able to rotate to these types of plays. So I'm going to be pinging on my way, so then the Vi knows that I am here. I'm going to be ulting, and we're going to be walking out because I know that Kiana can just ult me and I can die. And I see that Vi doesn't have ults because I'm consistently pressing tab and I'm reading like what my allies have, like item power spikes, levels compared to the enemy, what they have, like ultimates and everything. So here I'm kind of just playing really far back and safe. There's a chance that they might try to be going for the farm, like our jungle. So that's why I was kind of moving pretty slowly with my oracles popped, because I do want to move down bot lane to help the Corki just in case he tries to get dove. Damn, they saw me. So here I can actually hold this wave for my Corki. So I held the wave for a little bit, forcing the brand to stop his reset. And then Corki loses like 1 minion, which is actually pretty decent. There's a chance that she's here. We should probably look to kill her. Unlucky. The Corki could have played that a bit better. Nice. I live. So the reason why I didn't W myself there, because you're kind of thinking to yourself, why didn't you W? Like, you could have died. You need the movement speed from your passive. No. W actually puts you in animation lock for a little bit. So you don't want to W there, and you kind of want to just keep clicking forward, because I will be able to outrun this brand. It's better to not animation yourself lock yourself with abilities. So that's where I'm kind of only going to be using my E for the movement speed. And then I can probably sometimes look for a bubble if I know for a fact that I 100% land it. So I'm pinging on my way here because I know that I want to help my Aatrox. I'm going to be ulting because it gives me movement speed. Even if I don't land it, it's okay, because I just want to be making it here. Just in case he goes in, there's a chance that he gets knocked up and we win. I'm going to be pinging that I have my heal, so he knows. I'm going to be healing for the movement speed, using my bubble here. Nice. And I'm going to be autoing, okay? So the reason why I held my bubble is because I know for a fact that the Yi is gonna try to use his little like dash thing onto my Aatrox. So I want to bubble on top of my Aatrox if he does that. So then that helps the easier peel. Whenever you're looking for bubbles, try to think to yourself, what can the enemy do to basically animation lock themselves to help like play this? Here, this is bad. The reason why I stayed is because I wanted to give him a W because he's pushing the wave and he's being greedy. But in most cases, you kind of just want to leave them to like suffer and rot for their own mistakes. So there, I made a mistake. If you see your top laner doing this, especially after you just made a play, and then they continue to push, you just ping them off. Here, I was also greedy because I'm like, I can just W him and then I can reset, but most of the time it's not worth it. So right now, I'm pressing tab and I'm looking at my teammates, okay? And I'm thinking to myself, who's strong? So I know that my Quirky is behind and my Aatrox is behind compared to what they're playing against, right? So the Vi, even though she's technically behind compared to the Kiana, that isn't her fault. And she's actually been playing really well. And the reason why I'm thinking that and why I know that is because I've been watching the entire game, right? I've been knowing what's happening. I'm keeping up with everything. And I've been seeing how she's been playing. So I can play around my Vi. And I want to play around my Anivia. Because she's really strong and she's been shitting on this guy the entire game. The only time you want to start playing around your top laner and your Quirky is if they hit about 2 to 3 item power spike and have like decent item or decent level. So if they can match to be only like 1 level down to their counterpart of the game and then have like 3 to 2 items, then that's when you can start playing with them a bit more. Here, I'm going to be putting my E onto my Anivia to give her movement speed. If Anivia is on my screen, I will be using my abilities on her only. And the reason why I'm going to be doing that is because I want to just give her the movement speed, even if she's out of the team fight, to look. Okay, he's going to be going on me. That's totally fine. This is just pretty poorly played, purely positioning wise. So this is unlucky. Games like this happen. All you need to do is try to like keep a cool head and be like, okay, clearly my team are playing like hooligans. Clearly this is bad. But if I keep a cool head, then there's a chance that they might like lock in a little bit and we can play this out. And there's still a chance of winning. Don't get tilted and then add on to the problem. So here I'm like thinking to myself, okay, like what's happening? What do I need? I'm gonna build Locket because they have lethality and I'm like looking at the strongest member on their team and I personally think it's Kiana and Gragas. Gragas has a lot of burst. Kiana is lethality and has a lot of burst. So I need a little bit of survivability to be playing up with my bubble. So I'ma build Locket. They don't have a lot of poke, so I don't think I need the sustain, and we're not ahead enough for like with Moonstone or Redemption, and I don't think we're ahead enough for me to warrant going Helia. Yeah, this is just very sad. This is a very sad game. Very sad, very sad. These fairy lights right here are really, really strong. Whenever you're in like kind of an intense part of the game like this, make sure to always have your wards on these fairy lights to kind of just give you a little bit of extra vision, just in case your jungler wants to go and clear their camps. Because a lot of junglers, they'll like kind of tilt and they'll be like, I gotta go clear my camps because I don't know what else to do. I need to get ahead. But it's really hard. I'm just pressing all of my abilities, looking for bubble. He's right here. Okay, nice. Okay, she CC'd a lot. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Amazing. We just layered our CC really, really well, so then the Kiana could not play. I'm playing down with my Anivia. Yeah, I get caught like this. It's okay that they're going on me here, because inherently, like, this is just really cooked positioning and a really cooked Baron call, because we have like no damage. Yeah, they just do this now. Unlucky. Unlucky, unlucky. The reason why I walked like this instead of just like walking out up top side, right? Because you think to yourself, okay, the Gragas is walled off. But a lot of times I was kind of just delaying their movement onto my teammates by using my body. So even though I die, there's a chance that if we had a little bit of extra damage that I could have made that play on the Baron. The only reason I think that Baron play didn't work is because we didn't have Corki, because he did kind of in mid lane before. Giving my abilities to my Vi, giving her movement speed. The strongest part about Nami, I personally think, is her movement speed on her passive. So even if you're not getting a bounce off with your W, if you can like give your ally enough movement speed to get into the fight or make a pick, it's really, really good. Okay, we're just going to be resetting now. And again, I'm just looking and I'm like, okay, who's really strong? What can I build to help this out? I know that my Anivia is really OP. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I need staff. But personally, I think I just need a little bit of extra health to help these fights out for myself. So I'm going to go Moonstone just to scale as much as possible. Also, Moonstone makes your Locket shield stronger, if you guys did not know, because it buffs all healing and shielding. Beautiful. Okay. Damn. My bad. I didn't think that he was allowed to just do that. Whoops. Yeah, this game feels very, very frustrating to play purely off of how everything is very chaotic and everyone's mispositioning. And it's really important whenever you're getting in frustrating games like this, you're like, oh, like what's happening? Most cases, it's purely because all of your allies are positioning in different spots, so it's hard for you to maintain utility on all of the people that you should maintain on, right? So it's easy for people to just get caught out, aka you can get caught out, because we're not playing together, we're just playing in random positions, so it's really hard. Never FF. The reason why, even if like this game feels really cooked, if the team plays a bit more coordinated, you never know, maybe a team fight will happen and basically we get shutdowns and we can like carry the game. So, even if it feels cooked, never FF. My god, they have so much dashes. Yeah, he's dead. Unlucky, I'm dead too. Unlucky. Corky is kind of just inting at this point, so it's a little hard to make a playback. Looks like the game might be over here. They're just gonna end now. That's okay though. We tried our best. Sometimes you lose games, and that's okay. All you can do is try your best. Try to think about the game. Make the decisions that might help your allies as much as possible. Not every game is winnable. I did a really good job with helping the Corky out in lane, putting him in a really good position, and he didn't take advantage of that. And then everybody else except Anivia and Vi were playing the game, trying to win. So unlucky. That's where you just report and move on. Team sabotage, AF King, ranked manipulation, because that guy's probably boosted. See, he was auto-filled. He didn't know. He didn't know what he was doing. He was auto-filled. Why play Corky though? Oh, he first-timed Corky, dude. Bro! He first-timed Corky. No! What the hell-y? Always teammates fall true. You're the best sub coach I saw in a long time because Corky's broken. Yay! I think it is important where like I think it's very memed on, right? Where people are like, oh, just blame teammate and move on. I think being able to look at your own gameplay, right, and figure out what you're doing wrong is really important about the game to help you improve. But also, if you're like doing a ranked session, right? This personally worked for me. Is if I think like what I did wrong that entire game and I just harp on it really, really hard, it doesn't actually help me. As someone with like really bad confidence issues, when it comes to my gameplay, harping on what I did wrong will just like inherently tilt me more than just saying, hey, I tried my absolute hardest. I tried to win. I made decisions that I thought were good. But sadly, not every game is winnable. And sometimes people just don't want to try to win or try to play the game. And then you move on and go to the next game. So if you're like having to play in spurts like how I am, a lot of times where you're like, okay, I'm gonna go into this rank session, and I think improvement happens in VOD review. It's not when you're playing the game. If you're mid-game and you're thinking, they're like, fuck, I did this wrong, fuck, why did I do this, why did I do this? You're not helping yourself. It's not gonna be helpful. It's not gonna be productive. All you're doing is tilting yourself and making yourself frustrated with how you want to play, right? So I think it's really important to have a good mentality going into it, right? And think, hey, I'm trying my best and I'm making decisions and I'm actively thinking. Be like, I'm gonna go into this game, and even if we lose, tell yourself it's okay. It's okay to lose. Everything's fine. I probably made mistakes that I could have improved on and I could have done better, but I'm not gonna harp on myself for those mistakes until it's time for me to look at them and improve, right? mentality is a really important thing about climbing in this game, and I think a lot of people are like, you should just like blame yourself, like you could have done something better. The only time it does affect you and why people harp is when you make excuses on why you're not climbing and why you're not improving. If you're not making an excuse for yourself and it just helps you mentally wise, right, to just say, hey, I tried my best, but sadly like Corky didn't want to win that game. If that helps you to get into the next game and stay locked in, you do that. Do what you have to do. Don't feel bad about being like, hey, I tried my best. Sadly, my team didn't want to win. GG, go next. Don't be upset about that. And people who say that like that's a bad mentality and you're never going to improve with that is wrong. Because having a good mental getting into the next game will be largely going to help you a lot more than like just fucking shitting on yourself, saying you're dog shit, and like, oh, I just didn't carry my teammates. It's only going to make you frustrated and hate the game. It's a team game. Sometimes you can't win. Sometimes you can't carry your teammates, and you need to be okay with that. You need to realize that sometimes you can't, and that's okay. And you shouldn't. If you're improving, you shouldn't have to carry some games, right? Most players aren't going to be fucking challenger level, can carry solo carry game. Most players aren't going to be like that. Can I ask what your peak LP in region? My peak LP is 600 LP Grandmaster in NA. Yeah. Also, thank you, Fosty, for the Prime. I hope you enjoy the content for the month. Yeah. What do I do when I'm down 400 LP? Okay. Tilt queuing and losing a bunch of LP it's a totally different thing. What I'm trying to say here is what I do is I play in spurts, okay? I play League of Legends, like I play about 3 games. I try to play 3 games a day. And then I move on, right? Try to play 3 games a day. And VOD review that. So while you're playing those 3 games and you're in that mentality of I'm gonna play League right now, it's okay to cope a little bit, to just preserve your mental while you're playing. But then once you're out of that and you're in, I need to look over my 3 games that I did today, win or loss, that's when you put on your improvement cap. That's when you're like, I need to lock in and see what I could have done better. And that's when you harp on yourself, and that's when you shit on yourself a bit, being like, I entered this, I did this, blah 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 blah, I should have done this. And then you take that knowledge into the next game, then into the next day, you let it simmer, you think about it for overnight, you sleep on it, like go over your fucking notes before you get into the next game, do all of your like little your before ranked game rituals. Sometimes people like will pick Alistar and do combos in freaking practice or something. Some people do CS drills. Do your little homework, start the ranked games, and then there you go. What recording software to use for your VOD reviews? I use OBS. I recommend for the average person though to if you don't want to deal with like stop recording and all that bullshit and you don't want to deal with it, download Overwolf, get Outplay. That will normally, it will mark when you die and it will mark when you get kills and everything, so it's easier for you to be able to digest your gameplay, so you're not having to watch over the entire VOD. A lot of times you can just go through like little clips and then see. Yeah. So here I'm kind of just like playing back, right? I'm trying to focus all of my damage onto one singular person. I have my finger on my F just in case. I'm okay with trading my HP because I have 2 pots compared to the 1 pot on my Tristana. So I can just heal myself back up here. No biggie. No biggie, no biggie. And then any HP that my, like the Nami or Twitch are missing will basically make the trades for my ADC a lot better. Don't be scared to don't be scared to just like trade a bunch of your HP. It's not bad, especially as a support. When you start E on Lulu, when you're playing against like hyper poke and like champions that outrange your Q, so like Vel'Koz, Xerath, sometimes even Lux. If you're playing against like mages basically that have really long range, then that is normally when I opt into going E. Contesting the first bush? Yeah. So in most cases you always want to contest first bush. When you're in like a melee matchup, basically. If you're playing ranged and you're in a melee matchup, contesting first bush is really, really good for you. Because you have that range to just like bully them. So like if you're playing freaking an enchanter into Alistar, you go into that first bush and if they're trying to walk up, you just shit on them. Even Nautilus you can do. Yeah. Now, you need to remember that the melees are also thinking the exact same thing. If you're playing melee into a range matchup, a lot of times what they'll try to do is they'll try to counteract you and then play in the front bush also to basically counter you. So you need to be prepared to just like fist fight. Now, that's where the mechanics kind of come in and you have to like try to dodge. It's okay to flash, like basically let's say you're playing like into a Nautilus. If you can flash the fucking hook, you do that. Like don't be scared to. Like just flash it. Cause I main Jinx and Zeri as a gold ADC, but I can't force my sub to come with me. For Cockade. Oh yeah. If you're support, this also happens if like even in my game sometimes where my ADC won't follow me. If they don't follow you, then you just can't contest, and then the most you can try to do is just try to ping on your way so then they know that you want to go, and if they still don't, then that's on them. Yeah. A really big part of playing Lulu Tristana is to press Poly and E before they jump on them, so then they have it going into the trade. It's worded. Oh my god, I didn't dodge it. That's my bad. Unlucky. Yeah, we're just getting hard camped. It's okay though. I could have been fine. So the reason why I polyed myself instead of my ADC there is because he has a dash and he has a jump, right? So then if I want to get out, I just need to poly myself and then use the movement speed. The reason why I died is purely because I just didn't sidestep the bubble. I literally could have. I thought it wasn't on top of me, but League of Legends has this funny thing called the up-down mechanic, where some parts of the map are at a diagonal, like they're going upwards, like uphill. So that's whenever you're questioning, like, how did that hit me? It's probably because you're uphill. Actual crazy jungle. So here I'm kind of just like waiting for the wave to be pushed because I can hold this. If Twitch tries to contest me, all I'm gonna do is I'm just going to poly him and then walk out. Yeah. There's no reason for me to reset here, so that's why I'm just waiting to hold the wave. Okay. I don't want to show that he's doing it, so I'm going to just give him some peel or like shielding. So I'm gonna ping to be closer to the wall, so then I can give him a shield and Q. Nice. And then if he wants to E over, I'm already here. We're just gonna walk back down now. So there I saw that he is on dragon. So I'm instantly just walking over to my Lee Sin and then trying to give him any type of help. The reason why I didn't walk into the river is because I don't want to basically let them know that he's doing it. Because he hopped over the wall with his warthog to get onto the drag. Or he queued, I don't remember. I didn't see. Whenever you want to help junglers, I specifically Lee Sin out, try to always get in range for their E so then they can just hop out. So they don't have to use their ward hop. So then they can use it for plays like top lane or mid lane and stuff. Okay, I have ult now, so I'm gonna ping that I have it. And then I'm gonna ping that I have my heal in 30. Now we don't see the enemy, or we saw the enemy jungler topside, so technically we can play a bit more aggressive here. We can move up. Oh, rip, my bad. I thought he was in range. I have to play back now. My heal's in 5. If they go, then I'm looking on poly. Now I do have my heal, so I'm gonna ping that I have it. The reason why I ulted like that is because I thought he would be in range to knock them up. If they get knocked up by my ult, then we actually win that pretty hard and we can get a kill. But sadly he walked backwards, so it's a bit awkward. I'm gonna heal him for the movement speed, and then he gets a kill. Now I don't have any mana, so it's really important for me to kind of just play back. Now we want to just hard push this. The jungler is here, so we do have to walk out. I'm gonna Q. Poly. And we're just playing kind of backwards. Yep, nice. Really well played from our jungler. We can't push this because there's a chance that Twitch will just kill us because Nami will be getting back in a lane really soon. So we're kind of just like, we're gonna ping him off. Yeah. Nice, really well played. And now we just go back bot because we didn't push in the wave. So again, if you do not push the wave into turret, underneath turret, if your wave is not getting hit by turret and you're resetting on that, you have to go bot. Every time. You gotta just go bot. because 1, you're gonna lose out on XP. 2, this wave is kind of cooked for your Tristana, especially because they have Tristana passive. And what that means is they always push the wave. Tristana has basically this like explosion whenever they auto a minion, so it's always like soft pushing into the enemy. So we see that the jungler is bot side, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna caution ping the river, so then, but a little closer to the mid laner, because they're really pushed up. We want to let them know that, yo, we saw Aatrox in river, so we want to just like play a little safe, okay? Even though the Ahri is getting hovered, we still want to let her know, because there's a chance that maybe she's gonna start positioning closer to the bot side river, because mid laners are weird like that. Sometimes they just do that. And she'll kill herself if she does that. Okay, we see that Aatrox is top, so we can play up. Really well played. Nice. So, again, the reason why I ulted my Tristana there is because it knocks them up, which makes it easier for Tristana to basically kill. So the reason why we're not resetting here is because there's a chance that the Twitch will just like come and try to clear this wave instead. And if he does, then we can get a kill. So we're kind of just trying to cheese right now. Okay, great. We have Moonstone. Awesome, amazing. Hello yuulu, I tried your advices today, playing tank support against poke mages, and I got chopped. So hard. Maybe I'm not made for support. That is not what I said. Do not play tank supports against poke mages. That is the opposite of what I said, actually. Mages and poke, like poke mages and everything, counter tanks. So if you're playing against a mage or poke, I want you to pick hook champions, not melee engage, hook champions, or I want you to play enchanters. Nice. Okay, so what I did there was I polyed the Twitch. Now, because I knew that Katarina is right there, right? I didn't ult as soon as I polyed. And the reason why is because I wanted to hold, you always either have to hold your ultimate or your poly, specifically try to hold your ultimate for Katarina ult, because it's easier to land than poly. Because you have a lot as Lulu to cancel the Katarina ult, and if you do, then in most cases she's just useless and can't fucking play. Yeah. So now we're just going to be resetting. We got a kill, we got dragon, amazing. We pushed in our wave, we're resetting on the pushed wave. We're gonna buy our tier 2 boots and then a control ward, and then we're just gonna go back bot. The reason why I'm not rotating up to this is because my Tristana is really strong, and if your Tristana's ahead and you think you can get something done bot lane, then just keep playing for them and keep supporting them. We also saw that both Twitch and Nami were bot side, so there's no reason to move up for Rift Herald. In most cases, when you're playing enchanters, staying like parallel with the enemy support is good enough. The only time I ever want to rotate up there is if my ADC is just completely chopped and he can't do shit. So here, our jungler is here, so we're just hard pushing this wave. So then we can get the turret
and we can also dive if they decide to stay. Now, they decided to leave because they did see Lee Sin, so we get this turret for free. What this Tristan is doing is really, really good. He's not hitting the turret. He's letting the turret kill the wave before he autos. I'm gonna poly myself. Nice. Gonna poly myself, get in range, and then just keep playing with my Lee Sin. Great. Awesome. Now, we didn't really get a kill there, but that's totally fine. They had to use a lot to basically get out of that sticky situation. Okay. So, the reason why I didn't reset with my team right away is because I had a bunch of wards, and we just basically forced them to take a reset, so I can get a lot of deep vision for free here without getting punished. So then I can reset and then just get fresh wards. So here, I'm actually just opting into Redemption because I went Moonstone first item. And they don't really have any CC except Gnar ult. And I don't really care about the Katarina. They don't have a lot of lethality, like burst assassins, so I don't need Locket. So I can just opt into going Redemption because Redemption is the strongest second item when you have Moonstone. Whenever you have dash champions on your team, like Ahri and stuff, feel free to like just shield them. So then if they do decide to like ult forward, they won't get basically one shot. So you'll have like a little bit of extra sustain for them. So here we're rotating towards our top laner because we do see that he is getting jumped on again. Nice. We're just walking out now. Again, patience is key. Do not feel forced. Ah, he flashed forward. Unlucky. That's okay though. Do not feel really pressured to instantly press your ultimate ability, okay? Especially into really hard matchups like Katarina. You need to be really patient with your abilities. If you use poly, do not ult. But if you use ultimate, don't poly, right? You always want at least one up for reactionary. So there, because I polyed, I wanted to hold my ultimate. So then when the Katarina jumps on the dagger, I can knock her up, which will heal me. And then I can walk out. That's the reason why I lived. If I ulted before, that Katarina just kills me. Because then she won't feel pressured to hop on the dagger. A lot of times people will try to play around the what if instead of what's actually happening on their screen directly. There, our team dies because they're not respecting the enemy at all. Gnar at this point is just following like his team, which is what he should be doing. It's lucky. Nice. We can actually kill this before it hits. Yeah, he just got hit by the freaking bubble. Come on. He could have killed. Whenever you know for a fact that a play can work, I highly recommend getting used to like on your way pinging or using, what is it? This push ping, or even this like the all-in. Get used to using like the push ping, the all-in ping, the on my way ping, making sure that you give your allies the confidence of I will follow up if you go in on this, because a lot of times players in solo queue, they get really insecure and they don't think that you will help them. So as an enchanter or like support player, if you can't just like do the play yourself, it's important for you to like all in. This goes for ADC also, or like more of a carry role where you need someone to engage for you. You can use this exact knowledge. Like junglers, like if you're playing Viego and you want your Nautilus to hook in, all in ping and let him know, be like, yo, go, I'm with you. Here I'm just gonna be waiting for the blue buff because no one else, like the only other person who wants blue buff is Ari and she's bot, so I'ma just take it. Nice. So here I'm kind of just like hovering with my allies. Like my Tristana is still so strong, so I really want to like keep up with him and try to make sure that he is always hovered, so when he's getting mid priority, he's safe and he can't get caught out. Yeah. Since there's not really any objectives coming up, there's no reason for me to like play hyper aggressive and look for something, because at this point we're just like playing to push our waves and not die. Get our power spikes. The reason why I'm not looking to rotate to this is because my Lee Sin isn't there. A lot of times, by the time you're hitting like late to mid game, if you're not already in position to counter gank basically a play that the enemy is doing, if your jungler isn't there or can't rotate with you, it's not really worth it for you to rotate unless you know 100% that you can help your already fed and ahead ally. So if that was Tristana there, then I will be helping and I'll be rotating right away. But because it's like it's a Renekton, he's already pretty weak. There's no reason for me to go. Okay, yeah. I had to flash because Nami's there. So since I did use ultimate on the Gnar, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try to hold my polymorph for the Katarina. So dragon's up. I can't walk in here because both of my like ADC and my jungler are on reset and they're not walking in for me. So the only time I want to walk in here is if I'm getting hovered. So I'm just going to reset also. I'm going to press poly on myself so then I get the movement speed, and then I'm going to walk in with my teammates. This goes also for tanks. Don't try to solo ward because a lot of times it will just go bad for you. So try to always at least have like a hover or something to help you out. So I can press poly here on my Tristana and try to just like sustain him up. I'm like constantly keeping my eye on Tristana. I don't care about anybody else. I want to keep my shield on him, so my pixie is constantly on him. So then he is constantly getting like a ton of sustain. The reason why I warded this is because I don't see any vision down. And I want to make sure that we don't get basically hit from the behind, basically. Okay, so this is a really bad position. Yeah, I'm walking out. That was very poorly played. Unlucky. Stuff like that, it's really hard to play out because what they saw was, okay, my Lee Sin's going on the other jungler, so I have to help. But in that case, it's really important for the Tristana and the Ahri to just play with each other. So that was completely just like separated. The entire team was in like a 3-3 stack. Because I have to help the Tristana. The Tristana was trying to help an already dead Lee Sin. So then the fight just is instantly lost. Because the team saw that we were separated and looking at 2 different areas of the map. So then they can just hit go on us and then kill us all. So here, my Lee Sin is topside. So I can just get some safety vision down with the fairy lights. And it's completely safe. Because if I get jumped on, then I can just ult myself, poly myself, I can redemption myself, and then the Lee Sin can help me get out because he can just ult on top of them and then kick them away. Now, since I do have a line of vision in river, I'm just going to be hovering my Tristana, playing backwards. I don't want to get caught out, but I want to be here just in case they try to jump on him and they're looking for Baron. Nice. Now again, they're just topside. They're trying to keep vision down on Baron to make sure that we don't do it. Now this can be very, very scary because they don't know where Lee Sin is, but we know that he's bot side. So if they do decide to start Baron, Lee Sin will have to instantly try to run up here, but that's okay because Renekton does have TP, right? Here, I'm kind of just looking. I'm going to be putting my redemption down. And I'm going to be polying my allies. Nice. Here, I'm just keeping an eye on my Tristana. I'm just making sure that I'm with this Tristana and I can help. It's charmed, it's polyed, keep shielding. Nice, beautiful, amazing. Now we're just gonna push mid. We're gonna ping this turret. And we're gonna keep just trying to keep this Tristana buffed up. So then she can get as much gold as possible. Nice. I'm gonna put my one word here. Buff up my Tristana so then she can clear the entire top side. I'm gonna start these for her. Put poly on her, shield on her, and then we're gonna reset now. She can actually push this one wave if she wants. Yep. Now my Tristana is really, really strong, right guys? Like, she's super OP, she's super strong. We're gonna reset, she has a ton of gold, she got a bunch of shutdowns. So now we're constantly just like gonna kind of keep her up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to go Knight's Vow. Now, a lot of people are like, Knight's Vow fucking sucks. Don't build that. I personally think in these type of situations where it's one person, specifically an ADC, playing like a demon, basically like a Tristana, and it's completely on her. If she dies, this game's over. I think it's fine to build stuff like Knight's Vow on Lulu or Yuumi, because your HP doesn't really matter. To just try to like keep her up and sustain her. And also the little bit of extra AD won't hurt. For any survivability for you. So here I'm constantly keeping my eyes on the minimap, just like seeing, do I need a redemption? Because I'm using my redemption because I'm using all of my utility of my abilities on my Tristana. So I'm using my redemption kind of as like a little extra utility I can use on my allies. So I can use this on my Renekton or something of the sort. Nice. Okay, now that I used my ultimate, again, I use my ultimate, so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna keep my poly. Why am I gonna keep my poly? So then I can poly her. Because she's looking to just instantly ult. on us. So it's really important for me to keep my poly just in case that Renekton didn't CC. I already had my poly and on like my finger on polymorph, getting ready to poly the Katarina. Always have some sort of CC, either your ultimate or your polymorph, to cancel Katarina ult. That is your entire sole existence and job. And if you don't do that, you're failing. So here, we're just going to go for the inhib. And we're going to ping for Baron now. So we're going to walk back. We're going to put our one ward here. So then it keeps this vision for free. Right? And then we're going to put our control ward in the pit. Really good ward optimization. We're just gonna put all of our polymorph and shielding again on Tristana, so then she can just take the Baron and shred it really fast. Tristana has a lot of attack speed, so this is really good for us. Now we have our item. We're gonna go a control ward. The reason why I'm building a control ward here is because they have a Twitch. So if you're playing against Twitch or you're playing against invisible champions like Evelyn, most cases I'd say hold your control wards for team fights just in case, or at least try your best to like stack on control wards. So then I just took that red buff on accident. Oops. I'm not going to use my redemption here because he's already dead. If you can't save him with redemption or you can't get any value out of it, try not to use it. That's kind of like just gameplay time of like being able to read decisions like that. But again, if you're playing, like I was saying before, if you're playing against invisibility champions, it's totally fine to place a control ward down on top of you, or somewhere where you think the invisible champion might try to play. So then they can't use basically the element of surprise on your teammates because it will catch them. So I'm just playing back. I know for a fact this Tristana isn't gonna jump in because they want to just like only jump in if they know for a fact they can get a reset. So I'm playing backwards. I'm trying not to die. I'm giving him poly. I'm giving him shield. And again, the reason why I'm giving him polymorph is because I have ults, and I know for a fact that if Katarina jumps, I can ult and cancel it. If I don't have ult, what are we gonna do? We're gonna hold polymorph to cancel her ult. That is all you have to do. That is what you're just playing really safe, keeping your ADC up, shielding him, polymorphing him, and then keeping an eye on the Katarina a little bit just to make sure. So here I'm gonna put my controller down. So then if Twitch wants to look, he can't. This is really good. This is totally fine. I can actually put my shield on because I know that we're backing up. So the reason why we're playing like really like basically going in, going out, going in, going out is because if you see top side, we see that Renekton's pushing. We want to stay parallel to Renekton at all times. So if he isn't hitting the turret, we don't hit the turret unless we know for a fact that they're down on numbers. So we saw that Aatrox is kind of going top side, so we can actually play this out. I'm going to put my redemption down, healing them. I'm keeping an eye on my Tristana. Beautiful, we got a pick. If y'all want, I can go more into depth on how to use Baron, because it is actually really important to be able to read these waves and understand what's exactly happening, because it's a bit more in depth than people actually think. So maybe I'll do that for a video. Okay, awesome. So again, we're just playing really far back. I still have ultimate, so if Katarina does ult, then I will ult her ult. And we're just keeping an eye. Oh my god. Okay. That was an insta one shot. So again. She's polyed. We're gonna shield the Ahri there because she is ignited. Nice. Beautiful. Now we can end the game. Nice. We're just gonna keep buffing up the Tristana. The reason why I polyed him instead of the Aatrox there is because I know for a fact that the Aatrox can't carry because he's pretty weak. So it's better to just put Polymorph so then he can kite. GG's. And we won, let's go! Hi, Legend! Make sure to calm your teammate that won. Help you win the game. Help you win the game. I must have hit my F6 on accident. Oh well. But yeah, let's go. Dude, I was literally like 200 LP. Hi, Sunny. How you doing? All good? Yeah, I'm doing great. Yeah. I'm doing awesome. Let's go with the dub. Yippee! W's in chat. Oh my god. That game was a little stressful, but it's okay. Video games are stressful, guys. Video games are very stressful. Don't let anybody gaslit you. Can I see your early game trades that game? Yeah, of course. Hold on. I'll go in and show you the VOD. I think it's really important to trade really hard as level 1. Proud of a streamer for winning with some excellent commentary. Yippee! Whenever you're playing Lulu in lane, just want to hear your thought process if that's okay. Yeah, of course. No problem. It's really important to just like maintain a lot of auto attacks. That's why I go attack speed when I go Lulu. So here, I'm just walking in with my Tristana into basically the bushes because I know that we can win. So the reason why I'm walking into this bush and I want to level 1 cheese, right? Or I want to play aggressive here, is because I have Q, which slows, and then Tristana has bomb. Tristana has a really good level 1. Same for Lulu compared to the enemy. So even with Twitch, Nami has like a weaker level 1 with her W compared to my level 1, right? And they also, like, we have barrier and Twitch has ghost that I saw when I pressed tab and when I started the game. So I know for a fact that, okay, we have a combat summoner and we have better level 1 and we inherently are just stronger. So if we go for this level 1 trade, we just win, especially if Tristana and I just full hit the same person. Here, the Nami was a little closer to both of us, so then we just fully hit the Nami. This is totally fine. We force her to basically have to use a pot. So I already have pot advantage. So at this point, I'm just like fully playing super duper aggressive. Again, even with this Twitch going on my Tristana, I'm full hitting this Nami because I know for a fact that if I can get her low enough to either I kill her or she's forced to use F, or like her flash or heal. She has to use one of her combat summoners. So I'm just like constantly, I'm just hitting, I'm auto attacking, and I'm weaving in and out my Qs, right? Because I know for a fact that I have heal, I have 2 pots, and I have flash, and I'm really, really strong. So even if I lose all my HP, so like here, I had to like play backwards, but I'm still like playing up, I just heal myself. And at this point, I have my finger on my F key, so if this Twitch tries to flash for me, I can flash away, and I already have my pots taking on me. Alright, so I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. I have 2 pots. It's gonna run I'm probably gonna get like probably like right here, like my HP bar is gonna be a little bit lower than my mana, but like not too crazy. The reason why this is good, even with me being super duper low, is look at the HP value of both of these characters. They're both like Nami's in kill threat, and Twitch is in almost kill threat. And then look at my Tristana. My Tristana, if they played a little bit better, they would have such higher HP value compared to the enemy, so then they can't play. And my Tristana, as soon as she hits level 2, which we were getting because we had priority in for the wave, Tristana can just jump in, boom, 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 auto, 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 with my EQ slowing them. He has shield, he has pixie, he could literally kill one of them right now. They played really far back, they're underneath turret, so we can't. The reason why we were positioning in this bush right here is purely because we wanted to see if they walked up and then we could actually play on them here and kill them, but sadly it was warded, so it didn't work out, so we had to play backwards. The reason why we knew this is warded is because the minions continued to hit us while we were in this bush. So here again, we're level 2. I flash forward to basically slow him and put E on this guy, because if he gets fully stacked bomb, he can jump back on to the Twitch and actually get the kill. Sadly, he didn't go for it, which is totally fine. Overall, I'm just like trying to play as aggressive as possible in this lane. So here I'm kind of just chilling. At this point I have no HP, but I do have mana, so I'm just kind of like waiting till either level 3 or my Tristana, because I had basically a priority of really good trades to set up this Tristana to be able to do this whenever. So Trist no cojones. No, the Trist is playing well, like don't get me wrong, like he's playing really well. I think you can play maybe a bit more aggressive, but how he's playing is perfectly fine and completely perfect, because even though you can play more aggressive, there's a chance it's more coin flip because they're so close to turret. So I have no nitpicks about Tristana's gameplay. He's doing amazing. He's doing his job. I did my job to basically set him up for victory, and he ended up carrying the game afterwards because both Nami and Twitch are so behind in levels CS. They could not play the game. So even if you're not getting kills in lane, you need to think about like, okay, literally look at this CS. This Tristana is basically zoning this Twitch off this wave. He's gonna be basically 20 minions to his 11 at this point if he just cleared this wave. He has basically he's gonna have an XP lead, he's gonna have a CS lead. Yeah. Do you recommend playing enchanters even in gold? I have climbed through every rank solo, like not duo queue. I've climbed through every rank solo with enchanters only. Now, I will say it's a little harder to play enchanters, but it's kind of like it's harder to get into and learn how to carry, but once you get into the flow of it, it will be so much easier, like especially once you get into like higher ranks. So it's like, while you might struggle a little earlier compared to like maybe a Nautilus player, that Nautilus player at some point is going to get capped at like maybe Platinum, Emerald, and they're going to struggle really fucking hard to get past like Diamond. But if you hit like Diamond 2, Diamond 1, boom, you're going to just skyrocket straight into Masters, basically. So with enchanters, when you're playing low elo, you have to play aggressive. You have to learn how to optimize your trading. And it's not, that does sound really scary, right? Because you're like, I'm using these big words like optimize and like really aggressive, and it's very scary. But it's very simple once you get the fundamentals down, because this is fundamentals for every single support. It's just easier to digest when you're playing engaged champions compared to like enchanters, because your ADCs aren't going to really understand what you're doing in like lower elo, but that's okay because we don't care about that. So yeah, just want to hear how to play support because I was getting bored of playing Shaco. Fun. This sounds like a sorcery. This sounds like sorcery to a non-league player like me. That's awesome. Can I ask you how you would play into Karma? Yeah, of course. Like, which champion? Because in most cases, when I'm playing into Karma, like if I'm playing Lulu, I'm kind of just like playing like a psycho into her, but I play like a psycho when I play Lulu in almost anything. So, for example, I'm pressing poly on myself. Okay, like Karma K or Ezreal. Like as Karma, can I ask you how you would play into Karma? Like into Karma K? Like as Karma or into? Because into Karma, the biggest as Lulu, yeah, okay, yeah, I can do that. A lot of times I think a lot of people overestimate Karma's ability to solo carry lane. And what I mean by that is, of course, you have to play the only thing I'm scared of when I'm playing into Karma is getting hit by Mantra Q. If you play around the minions properly, she can't Mantra Q you. And what I mean by that is, if you're taking, like, a lot of people, the reason why they think Karma is super fucking broken and, like, just wins lane always, is because you can't contest her in bush priority. If you contest her in bush priority, you will almost always lose because of how her level 6 is. Like, she has ult, she has Mantra Q, she has like W, E, all of that. So what you need to do is you kind of need to play around her like a hook champion. So I think the easiest way to play Lulu into Karma is to start E, and then you try to shield it. A lot of times the Comet still will out damage the shields, but that is the easiest and most simple way to play, so then you play more passive. I don't think that is a good way to play. So I would try to basically get used to like sidestepping. It is very easy for Karmas to miss Mantra Q, because what they do is they try to predict on where you're going to move. So if you're easy with jiggle stepping left and right, then you can actually bait it. And also, if they use Mantra Q on your ADC, that is your fucking go time. When you see that, you need to fucking be timing that freaking ultimate in your brain and saying, I can take advantage of this Karma now. So play around minions early levels like you're playing into a Blitzcrank. Try your best to play behind them, like kind of like where the Nami is, right? Like kind of move her in front of these minions. Let's say if like we're basically behind our caster minions, like as Karma, and Karma's kind of like playing in this bush, you as Nami need to be thinking, okay, she's gonna try to like Mantra Q me here, so let me just like freaking play either like this way and then trying to pressure this Tristana, so then Karma's basically forced to have this weird like freaking triangle where it's just a freaking acute triangle and she can't do shit. Also press poly on yourself. Get used to polying yourself to dodge her abilities, and then just like EQ auto. It's like, if she doesn't have an ability up, that is your chance to fucking go. The only time, it's kind of similar to like Lucian Nami lanes. If you don't retaliate damage, of course you're gonna fucking lose. You have to learn to like be aggressive and try to limit test. The biggest thing about playing against Karma is learning how to limit test. And sometimes it's going to feel really bad learning, and then you're going to int, and that's okay. But it's important to learn, and it's important to get used to seeing what you can and can't get away with. Because I can play into a Karma and win lane because most Karmas are really bad, and they don't know how strong they are. But if you don't understand that Karma is bad and why they might be bad, and you can't read that player, it's going to be a lot harder for you. So I say, just try your best to get games in. Also, if you really struggle into the Karma matchup, play Nami into it. Because you can sustain through any poke that Karma does as Nami, and you also outscale her. It's kind of like a handshake matchup, but if you want kind of like just an easy go-to pick into her, and you don't want to like deal with it, just play Nami. You'll be fine. But if you want to like learn how to dominate a Karma lane and basically take advantage of their mistakes as like Lulu, then you kind of just have to learn how to be a Giga Chad and press poly on yourself, learn how to dodge, jiggle step, and think about what that Karma is going to do. Yeah. Don't the majority of enchanters outscale Karma? Yes. That is very true. Majority do. Now, it isn't as strong as it used to be because Karma does play Enchanter now, so it's kind of even. It's evening out nowadays, but in most cases, Karma does have somewhat of a fall off compared to other enchanters. I've been avoiding playing Lulu recently because I feel like there's quite a lot of matchups where it's quite they're most lane dominating. I would not say that. I think I like Lulu in almost everything. The only time I would say don't pick Lulu is if you're playing against like Ziggs or Vel'Koz. Like if you're playing against mages that can outrange you really hard, then yes, 100% don't pick Lulu. It's going to be really fucking hard for you and you're going to get very frustrated. But if you're playing just against like Nami, Nautilus, even Blitzcrank, you should have a fairly easy time. I would really have to like, you would have to tell me what matchups you find the hardest, and I could try my best to explain what you can do as Lulu. But I think Lulu is very rinse and repeat type of matchups where try your best to take advantage with your Q as much as possible, but of course if they outrange your Q, then it's okay to not level it and actually put 2 points in E. So one of the biggest things I love to tell people is don't like think about the game, think about how you're playing it out, think about what works for you, because there's some things that I do that will not work for other enchanters, but there's some things that like you can do yourself to basically ease your gameplay and make it easier. So if you're playing against like Karma, right, and you're struggling really hard to like maximize your Q optimization, and you're kind of playing more of like the shield her, like sustain matchup into her, right? Like if you're playing more to just like shield her stuff, instead of leveling your Q, put 2 points in E. Like delay your Q by like 4th level if that's how you're playing, so then you have more shield power. That's what I would recommend. Don't constrain yourself in a box of like what's the like most optimized, like what's the right way to play, because how your game plan on how to play a matchup is the right way to play for you. And that's what I had to learn, basically. Learning this game is I forced myself to try to learn how to play an enchanter in a specific way, or a game, like a type of playstyle in a specific way. That just didn't work for me. And then once I learned how to play how I wanted to, and I started to do things that worked for me, boom, you're just skyrocketing. There's so many ways to play this game. There's so many different playstyles. Don't try to fit a box that may not work for you. Do you ever play Janna? I used to be a Janna one trick. When I first hit GM, I was a Janna one trick. My champ pool was Janna, Seraphine, and Renata. So yes, I do play a lot of Janna. Now I'm mostly playing Lulu and Nami because that's what I'm enjoying right now. But I've played every enchanter to GM basically. So yes. Also, thank you, Scar, for the Prime. 5 months. Let's go. Yuulu too powerful. You must believe in the Yuulu. Study the Yuulu way, guys. Hell yeah. Watching a good Renata is so insane to behold. Yeah. How you can tell if a Renata's good or not is if they start Q. If they start Q and they go into the front bush, like the first bush, and then they try to like flash Q, level trade, then they're good at the game. Any easy enchanter to try. I recommend for any people who are first getting into enchanters and kind of want to like learn how they work and want to like ease into it, I highly recommend Nami. Because I think you can play her into anything. You can just like insta-lock her and not worry about it. Her kit is very simple. I think it's very easy to understand, but she does have some growth, where the more time you put into her, I think the more she grows with you as a player, and you feel like you're getting rewarded for that, basically. So, highly recommend that if you want to get into a support and you want to play an enchanter, play Nami. She is very easy, like her floor is very low, but there is some growth room for that ceiling, with her bubble and her ultimates and how you utilize her trait patterns. You only play sup. I was a mid laner when I first started the game, and then I role swapped to support to play on a team with some friends, and the only other role that I've played to like a decent elo is ADC. So, but I am a support main, yes. Yep. I think, yeah. Thank you, Sunny, for the follow, and let me just go down the list actually, because I think I missed quite a few people. Hold on, let me see. Thank you, Cross, for the follow, Halon for the follow, Colby, Light, Mango, Lucy, and Dratheron. Thank you all for the follow and welcome in. Random question, but what's your zodiac sign? I am a Capricorn. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the stream. For anybody who's new to the stream and doesn't know who I am, because I do see some new chatters in here, I'm yuulu. I am a Grandmaster Enchanter Support main. I mostly only play enchanters. If I do play tank, I'm mostly playing Rel and Rakan. Yeah, but I am an enchanter main. And I do a lot of educational commentary and content. So I post my coaching sessions and educational commentary videos to YouTube. So if you ever miss a stream and you want to basically learn more about support, you can always come into my stream. Feel free to ask me anything. I'm always willing to answer questions. Or you can check out my YouTube, and everything gets re-uploaded there. So you can go check that out. Yeah. It's nice. It's been nice hearing enchanter commentary. Thank you. I'm glad. I hope you've been able to get anything out of them. I tried to apply your tips today in ranked and it helps a lot. I followed the jungle round instead of ADC. Let's go. We love that. We love that. Let's go. I got Thresh and Mayhem with some Diamond / Master Player buddies, and I was landing nearly every hook and had some good lanterns. They were impressed, so my ego got enlarged. Yo, the fucking goat. Let's go, Joker. Nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. But sadly, I think I am gonna call it now. Normally I stream for about 2 to 4 hours daily. So every night I start at 8 p.m. CST. If you haven't already, I really recommend checking out my Discord. I do actually some free coaching once in a while through people on Discord. Yeah, and you can also get the streaming role to get notified on when I go live. You can also get the content role to get notified on when I post stuff to my YouTube. I highly recommend you guys check out my YouTube because I am putting a lot of work into it, and I think that if you want to improve at support, specifically enchanters, I have been posting a lot of stuff that can be really helpful and amazing for you guys. So I highly recommend go checking that out. And also, if you haven't already, please feel free to check out my socials. I do post to my socials. I try to post to my socials at least daily, especially my Twitter. I do shit post on there a lot, so that's been a lot of fun. I am gonna call it now, though. And again, if you didn't catch my schedule, I try to stream daily at 8 p.m. CST start, and I do educational commentary and coaching videos. So tomorrow, sneak peek, little teaser, I will actually be doing 2 coaching sessions for tomorrow. So very exciting. I'm going to be doing 2 coaching sessions, one with a support main who wants to get better at enchanters, I believe. And then I will actually be coaching Mr. Dog Lightning afterwards at 10 p.m. CST. So if you're not around at 8, I highly recommend you stopping by around like 10 p.m. CST, because I will be collabing with Dog Lightning and I'll be coaching him, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. But yeah, I'm going to go raid someone. I hope you guys have a really good rest of your night. Goodbye, goodbye. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Bye-bye.